That's how I'm feeling.
Welcome to What's Your POV?
The right place to be.
And we have...
Dee Jamila.
How you doing, D?
Thank you for having
What's
me.
poppin'?
What's up?
How you doing today?
Good. Good, actually.
How's everything?
Good. Everything's good. Everything's going.
The empanadas was good?
But ours was busting.
All right. I don't want to hear your stomach go bloop, 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 bloop.
Damn.
They go bloop.
Getting dumb.
Drink your champagne.
So how was... Yeah, I'm going to do that.
What's new, D? How you been? What you been up to?
Good. Same old. AD, modeling, working every day. Type stuff.
I promise, every time I see you on social media, I always see you saying you doing something new every single time. I'm
Yeah,
like, wow.
it's crazy, but I just stay busy. Literally, I just stay busy.
What drives that?
Huh?
What makes you want to stay busy?
Oh, I just don't like being lazy. I got to do something every day. I just don't like being in bed. I like to go get mine.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the overall passion?
The overall passion?
Your why.
My why?
Yeah.
My why? Shit, damn. I do this shit for my family. Coming from New York and stuff like that. Didn't have a lot of opportunities to do things. My mom came from DR. She wasn't able to do things too. So I just want to make it for them. Make sure they live comfortably for the rest of their lives.
Okay.
Make sure they establish in life. They don't have to work no more for anything. Because I owe it to them.
Right.
I
Respect that. I respect that.
owe it to them.
How long you been in Miami then?
I've been in Miami since, what year were you in? 2021? Since 2015.
2015?
So 6 years now.
Oh,
yeah.
You're a resident.
Definitely. I'm a resident.
Yeah.
I got a Florida ID now.
Right.
So
How did your mindset change after you moved from New York to Miami?
my mindset, definitely, from New York, we kind of aggressive. So I was I have to kind of calm that down here because not everybody is on go. No, for real. People are nice down here. And I didn't expect that because New York is not nice.
New York is a fast.
New York is fast,
Yeah.
yeah. But so is Miami, but fast in a
cool vibe.
yeah. You feel me? It's, I don't know how to explain it. It's New York is fast and quick and small,
Right.
but Miami is bigger. So there's more.
Do you see why a lot of people say they want to move down here?
They just want to come down here for the vibes. They don't want to work.
They want to have fun, basically. Yeah.
Everybody in New York, I would love to live in Miami, but don't actually make the move. They
Right.
don't want to change their, their lifestyle. I was kind of forced to do that, but
Okay.
I adjusted my life to it to make it sure that I still do what I want, do what I gotta do, and do my work.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Like that.
all right. D, she said she's models. I got to ask her. So, how many videos you appeared in so far?
Appeared in?
Yeah.
That's I would say more than 50, but less than 100. I don't think I've done that many videos because it doesn't feel like a lot, but I've been doing a lot.
Right.
Either if it's for a local artist, a small artist, a big artist, it's been a few in a matter of 5 years because I did it when I graduated after high school. So 4 years?
What year?
I graduated in
yeah.
2017.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What school?
So, what school? American.
Oh,
Yeah.
Heritage?
No, senior.
Senior?
Yeah. So yeah, it's been 4 years doing it. So it's been a minute. And then I used to do it full time. So it was every day was a new music video. So I think it's more than 50, but less than 100 because it hasn't been that many.
So let me ask you, all right, what would you give some advice to some, a couple girls that want to do modeling but they don't know how to get started, so on and so forth?
Definitely, I didn't know anybody could, so I kind of did it by myself. I started, not collaborating, but I started reaching out to photographers, let's shoot, I want to build my portfolio. Definitely, just start building your portfolio, do different types of content, whether it's sporty, sexy, all that stuff. Build your way up so that you you can start meeting other people.
Right.
Because it's all about
True.
networking for sure. Like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that
Right.
kind of sucks, but who you know works better, because if you know what you're doing, then people are going to start, knowing more about you,
Right.
starting to work more with you and stuff like that. So just, start collaborating with people, pay, because eventually
Right.
it'll pay off. It'll pay you back.
Right.
You get me?
The groundwork. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
know,
Putting
Consistency.
it over work.
A lot
Yeah.
of consistency.
definitely consistency.
With that
Sure,
comes
for sure.
comes a lot of discipline, a lot of structure.
you got to manage real
Right.
well.
How you do
for
that?
I just stay organized, to be honest. I have this little setup in my room where like I have like the board and stuff where I write down all of my shoots, like
I do too.
time, place, all that stuff. Like to be structured, you have to be organized for sure.
Right.
Facts.
For sure, because
Facts.
if you're all over the place, you're not gonna have any type of management to do anything. No time management, no personal management.
Good.
You
I'm
good,
telling
you
you
good.
that Bel Air is
Let
doing
me
something.
stop.
Oh man, it should have been more.
For sure. Staying organized is definitely key.
Right.
So to have structure, to be structured, you have to have some type of organization.
Definitely, I agree. Like with everything that you just said, because again, it goes back to wanting to have a good outcome,
Mhm.
right? And that brings back to you professionalism, like making
Yeah.
sure your brand is on point. Because when you
Mhm.
meet people, you want people to have a good idea of
Yeah.
who you are. So when they speak to others, they can be like, "Yeah, I can trust this person."
Yeah.
Because that's your
structure-
brand,
Yeah, your structure should be like you already know what to say.
right?
Like when people ask you what do you do, it's like you're structured, you have everything in check.
Presenting
So
yourself,
yeah,
the
like
right
present
way.
like presentation is always important
Right.
for sure.
And outside of the box, don't try to keep yourself. You can't.
Yeah, be different.
Exactly.
Everybody does the same thing down here. So
Right.
if you want to really be successful, you got to do shit that's out the box, shit
For
that's
sure.
different.
Very deep. That's very deep. But for real though, like when I think of structure, like you tied in everything,
Yeah.
but of course it's gonna be different for each individual on
Yeah.
what you got going on in your life.
Mhm, of course.
But mostly sticking on discipline, knowing what you want. Because if you got to know what you want,
Mhm.
like your overall outcome, to follow that outcome. So knowing what you want, being disciplined, but also remembering your brand. I feel like nowadays people forget that shit. You mentioned something important. Photo, like a portfolio.
Mhm.
People don't do that shit no more.
They
You know what I
don't-
mean?
They don't.
They use
Like,
Instagram
it's-
as a
as a
their
portfolio.
Exactly. Ain't
Yeah,
nothing
that's
wrong with that
professional.
too.
Definitely
But-
nothing wrong with that.
I feel like it throw away the professionalism.
It throws
for sure.
away how things used to be when it first started. Like people
Right.
had, people had their comp
A bio.
cards. People had bios. People had descriptions. They had their
Right?
portfolio.
A cover letter.
Yeah.
Nah,
Dressed up.
No,
Yes,
for
sir.
real.
listen,
Like,
yeah.
like in
Right.
person, like interviews, auditions, and all that
Right.
stuff. Like now, like it's just an Instagram message to get submitted. Like before,
Right.
like you would have to go in person and
Show yourself.
show your portfolio, have your pictures printed. Like they don't
Right.
do that no more. They don't do that no more.
But you could tell how the industry has changed in the last
Definitely.
20th century, like since the phone came
Yeah,
out.
since technology,
Yeah.
like everything's done digitally,
Yeah.
which is not,
Nothing wrong with it.
nothing's wrong with that. It's convenient, but like
It takes away
before-
from the
yeah.
work,
The art.
people.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
yes, it takes away from the work,
gratitude,
like,
Exactly.
yeah,
giving
from-
gratitude. Because now
mhm.
it's like no gratitude is given.
Mhm.
Everybody feel entitled.
Yeah.
Everybody
You
feel
know
like
what I'm
they're if you're on Instagram, you're a model.
You're an Instagram
Right.
model,
But
yeah.
there's models out here that tells like I was watching like a Tyra Banks or Naomi Campbell.
Probably was Tyra Banks.
It probably was one of them. They was explaining that it was grunt work. They had to do like certain things to make sure they were walking
Right.
right,
Yeah.
correctly, certain
Yeah.
poses, all of that. Now
Yeah.
it's not like that no more. It just
No, yeah.
you're pretty.
If
Hey,
you have a
Yeah.
pretty face,
Pretty face.
like you can
No
you
stretch
like
marks.
yeah. Yeah, if it's
I don't
picture
agree with
perfect,
it.
then
That's
you're
why I'll be like,
booked.
I'm stuck in the early 2000s. I'm not
I'm
ready.
right
Yeah,
there with you.
like,
I'm right
no,
there
for
with you.
real. Like you see me, like I'm I'm real petite, so
Mhm.
like I feel like I gotta work harder
Okay.
to lead up to
That
what that
expectation.
expectation of the other girls who are bodied, who
Right.
have beautiful bodies, by the way, because that's what's attractive now. Like
Yeah.
that's what's attracting in videos now. You feel me? Like the bad
Okay.
bad bees all that stuff. But and then there's me who can't work up to that. So I gotta work at least like 2 times harder for all that.
Right.
I'm gonna say, let me ask you this though. So having structure, like having structure in your life. When you hear that phrase, having structure in your life, what is the first thing that pops in your head?
Structure, it's like structure is like you have everything in check. Like basically everything's in place. There's nothing, like it's like being OCD and then having something that's off. If it's like one thing that's off, then the whole
Everything.
it's like one, like a missing piece of the puzzle. Like that's the structure basically. Like it just fucks up the whole picture if that one thing is wrong. So if you have structure, then everything's basically perfect. And you have,
She said I'm OCD.
no, for real.
So like that
being
should relate.
structured.
You feel me? Like really? So that should
No,
relate.
for real. Yeah, definitely.
Do you feel like OCD people have an advantage?
No,
on it?
man, OCD. Because
probably
if you're
got
OCD, you're organized. Like for
Right.
like I have OCD. Like it's not like OCD like diagnosed, but like everything has to be on point.
A certain type of way.
Everything has to be in check,
Yeah.
on point. Cross the T's, dot the I's, like perfect. Like
My
that type
OCD
of
is so
structure.
crazy. If I sit like this for a good amount of time and I move, I don't feel comfortable.
Right,
And
right.
I gotta make sure I'm
for real,
sitting
like,
right here at this specific.
at that
That's why when you
angle.
tell me to do certain shit, I'm like, dawg, that shit is gonna fuck up my day, cause I know I'm comfortable where I'm at right now.
No, it's true. It's true.
That should be
really
annoying, dog.
So wait, do you feel like why certain people can't really gain structure in their life?
I feel like if you have a passion, if you have
Axe in the gut. Wake up. No, but what you saying?
if you have if you want structure, then that means you have a passion for something.
Right.
Because in order to have that passion, you have to do the checklist of getting there.
Right.
So you need structure to have what you want. You get me? So
Very much.
going into that, people who don't have that drive, who don't have that passion, they don't have structure because they don't care enough to have a structure
For themselves.
to go and get it. You get me?
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna want to put the work in. They're not gonna want to get their life organized to go get their bag.
Right.
Like, so
Bag, house, wife,
house,
whatever
family,
it is.
whatever your end goal is.
Right.
If you don't have structure, then you don't have the drive. You don't have the motivation to go get it.
Right.
Do you feel like morals, like you can attach morals and structure together? Like without having a certain type of morals, do you think that you'll never have that structure, or you
I would
feel
say
like,
that play a part in it, but I don't feel like everybody gotta follow, because there's a lot of people who's successful that don't have
There's
morals.
a lot of people who break the rules,
Right.
but still are structured. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
I would say
feel like
morals help. It probably
morals do
help
help.
a lot. Because if you stand on something and this is what you believe and this is what's going to get you to where you have to, you're going to follow it no matter what try to come to interfere and break that away. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
So like, quick example. You know how we be talking about like the music industry and shit like that, right? If you're an artist and you know what it is that you want and you have certain things that you stand on, you're like, I believe in ownership. I don't believe in 360 deals or some shit like that, right? If that opportunity come, you're gonna automatic. No, I'm not speaking to you because I don't believe in 360. I believe in ownership. If you want to speak about ownership, then we can talk. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
But if somebody don't have that mindset, they know I want to make it and I'm gonna be the number one on the billboard. Now, when the deal comes, it could be anything. The deal is here. That's all I've been waiting for. They still successful.
Yeah.
But morally, are they happy or shit? That's gonna be a different type of thing.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. It's different with everybody.
Definitely. And that kind of go back to like when you was mentioning, the people who don't have the passion, right? A lot of times there's people who I would say they have the resources, but there's no passion. But there's people who don't have resources and there's passion.
Yeah.
They're just in
they make
a bad environment.
They make their
Damn, you have a
resources.
point on that one.
That's
That
no,
is
it's
so
true.
We
It's
come
That
from
is
that.
true. That is true.
We have a whole
That is
bunch of
true.
people who have the world in their hands and they just don't take action on it. And then there's people who want the world in their hands and they go get it.
Great
That's their
example.
path. Yeah.
So what's the difference between those two people? You feel like what do you think it's more confidence wise or just it's within yourself necessarily?
What do you think?
A lot of fact. I feel like it's
What do
so
you
much
think?
factors. Because like if you think about it, and I'm gonna bring a good example, because it's gonna be depending on you as a person. It's gonna be depending on your environment. It's gonna be depending on your resources, your family. I feel like all of that play a factor,
for
right?
sure, for sure.
So, for instance, I was watching this shit. I think Jackie Chan or some shit like that. He have 270 million.
Well, I seen that. It was a post. It was a post.
Yeah, he said he's gonna give that to charity and not to his son. Clearly, his son would be the person who have resources, which is his father, right? But his son,
gain access to that money because
he's not right.
Father,
But still, he have Jackie Chan. Like that's my dad. You know what I mean? He could try to make something out of that. Now, if he's a person who's just, Dad, I want to live off of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now that's the situation where he's like, I'm not gonna do nothing. I just want to live off of you. Now it's like his dad has already put it out there. I'm not gonna give you bread. So I don't know how you're gonna live. That's on him. That's his personal passion and what he want to do.
Yeah.
But if he's a person like his dad who want to create something for himself, he's not gonna be mad at 270 mil. He gonna be like, Dad, I'm gonna make bread.
I'm gonna make that.
And
270
my name is
million
Jackie Chan
myself.
Jr. Sir. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make my bread too.
Right.
But it's gonna depend on the individual, the resources around you. I feel like a lot of factors, even environment. Because like I think about where like me and a lot of people where I know come from, our environment is not the most secure environment. But there's people who can come out.
Who can make something out
You
of
feel
it
me?
after coming there.
Percentage is very low though. I'm not gonna lie, because I do the math myself.
Percentage is low, but the work,
Right.
overpowers that for sure.
Definitely. I feel like there's a lot of factors.
Of course.
Like,
There's
I
a lot of
speak on
people
that
who
every
come
day.
from bad neighborhoods who end up being great.
Right. Exactly.
Doesn't matter what they do.
A lot of times though, I do peep those people. They had a strong family.
They had a
You know what I mean?
it's always the
Usually.
foundation. If you have a strong foundation, then
Right.
We'll
That's
be
why
okay.
a lot of factors go into
yeah.
that. So that brings up a great question. Breaking bad cycles, because those are like cycles.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
Breaking
imagine a person who's
tradition. Yeah.
right, like a great story. Like was that movie I Am a Legend? No, was it? No, it was Will Smith with his son. Happy Pursuit.
Yeah,
Pursuit of Happiness.
That's a great-
Pursuit of Happiness.
that's a great
Love that.
example.
Love
Just from that
movie.
movie, right? He's at the very low
Yeah.
of his life. Like I'm talking about sleeping in a
Homeless shelter.
not just that fucking restroom of the
Oh,
train
yeah.
station. You know what I mean? That I feel like that's the lowest
Of the low.
You know what I mean?
Gotta be,
Like,
yeah.
and you have a son. It's not just you. It's
It's just
also
you.
the
Your
son.
son is struggling too. Yeah.
Right.
This is hard.
And you is the fact is as a kid he probably doesn't even know what's going on or
He's like, this is normal. Like this has been
Right.
my whole life. Like and he doesn't
I've
know.
been living like this.
Yeah.
And
He doesn't know.
I don't have I
You're
don't
a
have
mother,
a wife in my
yeah.
life because his wife left him. Like a bunch of cycles that he had that was just
Yeah. A
negative.
bunch of
True.
factors.
Somehow,
Yeah.
some way, he
Got it out.
broke those bad
Yeah.
cycles. Now, a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but not a lot of people get to break those cycles.
Yeah. With that breaking the cycle comes with your structure, you feel me? To have
Okay.
structure, you have to have a plan in order to get out of that, you feel me? So he had a plan. He had
Right.
his structure. He was like, I'm gonna do this, have this to get here. And that
Right.
was his plan. So he followed through.
Believed in it.
Believed in, yeah, for sure. To have structure, you also got to believe that you can do anything you put your mind to, which
And
is
that brings me
yeah,
to a good
self-confidence.
definitely.
That brings me to a good point because now with that part that you just mentioned, it's one thing to have structure and do the work, but you're not always going to get outcome
That's true.
from the work. It
That's
may
true.
take a 5 whatever amount of years
Yeah.
or months. You know what I'm saying?
But this,
So
this my bad for cutting you
Go
off.
ahead.
This the problem with people. They don't want to go through the grunt work of grinding to
Yeah.
that point. They want it to be. They want it to get. They want it. It's right there. They just want to be able to grab it like
Yeah.
this. But in all honesty, that's not realistic.
it's about having faith.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
grind and
and
motivating yourself.
those are all factors of that. You know what I mean? So like if you really want to break a bad cycle that you're in from anything, I would say grab a book, just write down everything that's like a pushback. whether it's I'm living in a bad neighborhood, I don't got 2 parents, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, write it down. Okay, this is my reality. Nothing can change. It's already happening. You can't change it right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if I want to be a better me, or I want to be this certain individual, how do I leave this behind and create a new me type shit?
Yeah.
Like, I feel people are scared of change or some shit like that. Like, when I remember hearing, oh, you changed. Like, I got that a lot. Yeah. Especially like after I left. But oh, you changed.
Especially moving from one place to another.
It's not the fact you change, it's the fact that you
elevated yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What you went through, it changed your mindset. You can't be thinking the way you
can't
used to think.
the same way your whole life. Like,
you elevated yourself because I want something. I want something better for myself. What you do,
he feels this so deeply.
No, it is though. What you do on your time is your time. Yeah, I have my own 24 hours.
We both have the same 24 hours though.
Exactly.
But what you do with your 24 hours is probably completely different with what I do with mine.
Right.
For me, that goes with everybody else.
Right. Just because I didn't give you 4 of those 20 hours, don't mean that I changed. I'm doing something to better me.
Exactly,
if it takes 2 years and you don't ever hear from me, it took 2 years and you don't ever hear from me. You should be doing the same thing.
You should exactly. You should be doing the same.
They're gonna see the success. They're gonna see,
and
the
then
that's when they get mad.
Not only that's why I don't
get.
It makes no sense to get mad because you should want the same thing for yourself.
Exactly.
Don't even get mad that I got it because I did the same type of.
Say yourself slower, and you gotta look at the camera because sometimes I feel like people dodge those words. Yourself. That means.
Your own self, like,
you know what I'm saying, like,
not for real. Like, it makes no sense to get mad because you should want better for yourself. You should want the same thing for yourself, the same success for yourself. It makes no sense. And if you're my friend, I don't understand why you're mad. I don't understand because I it took me the same 24 hours to get to where I want to be. I don't know what you were doing with your time. But I'll
motivate you, I'll inspire you, but you gotta do the work.
No shade.
But sometimes even I'm trying to inspire somebody. They gonna take it as
you can't inspire everybody because they're gonna be like,
you can tell when you can't inspire somebody.
Like, they're not gonna want it, and then they're gonna expect for you to just give them the plate with the food on it. Like, no, you gotta get your own. Like, you can sit at the table with me, like. But you can't. I can't spoon feed you.
Just
how to be.
Because I came up don't mean we came up. I came up.
I
I'm gonna help you come up.
I'll give you the resources. I'll help you for sure. But I'm not gonna give you my same like steps. Like, because we're not the same. You don't want the same goals as me. So,
now, just to end it off, it's sad we gotta end it off.
Damn, already?
Right. That's what I said. But what would be your advice to like people right now, overall, just like a summary on what to apply in themselves right now if they are looking to break bad cycles and better themselves?
Okay, first off, get your plan. No, first off, what's your goal? Like, know your goal first. Like, what do you want? What's your drive? What's your passion? Once you figure what you want in life, start your plan, start your structure, start managing your life to do that. You get me? Like, if you want to be a business owner, like, you shouldn't be out partying all the time. Like,
facts.
Feel me? Invest yourself and invest your time to your goals. You get me? So if you do that, you'll have everything in life that you want. You'll have the structure, you'll have the organization, you'll have the management, and you'll have the success to do all of that stuff.
Or what about if they don't all of that? But what if they're not having that? They want to do something, but they don't have the support. They're not getting the support that they want to, and they're searching for that support.
It sucks to say, but you can't long for support because at the end of the day, it's you, it's yourself, it's your brand. Like, so support will come, but don't go looking for it. Like, you know what I mean? Don't make that your priority because those who do want to support will support eventually without you even asking. So
what I would add to that for support, because everybody's different.
Yeah.
Me personally, I believe in a higher being. You know what I mean? So I believe that there's someone greater than I am.
For sure.
With more mystical powers than anybody in the whole wide world. So I know, like, no matter what I'm going through, there's a purpose, there's a reason. Either it's good or bad. Maybe it was meant for me to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I get in a car accident, I always say that. If I get in a car accident, I'm going to be upset. God forbid. I'm going to go off. But then I'm like, damn.
It happened for a reason.
maybe I need a new car.
No, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Maybe I need a new car. But like that, I just put that, like, if you want support, look at yourself. If you don't have a something that you believe in, look at yourself as that support then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Support yourself.
Look at
You don't
yourself.
need other people to support you because,
Right.
you know, those who will support eventually, but support yourself first.
I agree. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for
having
actually
me.
You
coming.
can take one Bel Air bottle home.
Oh,
It's
for
for you.
real? Thanks. Because I just might.
All
Well,
right.
thank you for watching. It's What's Your POV.
Right place to be. Tune in every Friday.
That's how I'm feeling.